Hello, hey, how's it going? Jerry App here, dropping another mainline episode on you guys, and today we are talking about Pokemon Yellow. I adore this game, dude. It's pretty fun. I love Gen 1 Pokemon. I always played Pokemon Red. Red was my first ever Game Boy game I ever got, along with my Game Boy Color Yellow, the Dandelion Yellow one. I still have it to this day. But I've played through Red so many times that I was just like, okay, I have this yellow card I've had forever that I've been wanting to play through because I know it's like slightly different from red. So that's what we're talking about. Where I played through Pokemon Yellow. Like I said, it offers a couple different features than red. But yeah, this is gonna be my love letter to Gen 1 Pokemon because I just plan on playing through these one at a time and then never touching them again, because I really just, they're fun. I did not expect. I couldn't remember how long these games took. I was like, it took me like 15 or 16 hours to beat, which wasn't too bad. I literally just played it for like an hour a night for like 2 weeks straight, and then eventually beat it, which is cool. It feels cool setting aside like a little time for a game each night to kind of just finish it over time. I don't know. It just feels rewarding. So yeah, we're going to be talking Pokemon Yellow, man. This game, this generation, like Red, Blue, and Yellow. Yeah, dude. This was the first, like one of the first games and game consoles I ever remember having as a child. So it's really special to me. I really, really love this game. I'm not really too much into Pokemon these days. I played a little bit of Pokemon Unite when that dropped for a couple seasons, and then I don't know. I don't like playing on the Switch, dude. It's so like laggy and shitty on the Switch, you know what I mean? Like the menus are so laggy. I wish I would put this game at least on like Xbox or maybe PC. I know that's something they'll probably never go for, but it's just unfortunate. Because I really like that game and I think it has potential to be something really cool. But yeah, that's about the extent of my Pokemon knowledge. I've played through, I guess I'll just mention what I played through really quick. I've played through Gen 1, obviously. I've played through like a little bit of Gen 2. I never played that much Gen 2, so I'm excited to go back and visit that. I played through Gen 3 a bunch, obviously. I had Ruby growing up and then Emerald. I played the fourth gen, I think what is it, Black and White? Or no, it's Diamond and Pearl, right? I played through Diamond and Pearl all the way, and then I played through Black and White all the way, and then that is pretty much where I stopped playing Pokemon. I did not play anything after that. And then I've recently played Pokemon Sword for the Switch 2 years ago, and I don't know. I wasn't that impressed with it. These games, like the older ones or whatever, because they're still pretty new and uh, whatnot. But I don't know. This Pokemon just feels way too easy, which is why Yellow was actually kind of interesting because it wasn't that easy. I struggled a little bit in this game, especially in the beginning, starting out with Pikachu. But we'll get all into that. This intro is kind of long, so maybe I'll just cut it here. But yeah, man, Pokemon Yellow. I'm excited to hop into it, so let's just do it, mate. So I gotta start off by saying first, why did they get rid of Fat Pikachu, man? Fat Pikachu was like peak Pikachu. I don't care what you say. I don't care that he slimmed down. Where's the fat acceptance today for Pikachu? You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck, dude? I miss this guy. I miss this guy so much. He's so tubby and funny looking. I don't know why they ever went away from this design. Speaking of design, dude, there's something about the sprites and the graphics in this game that just takes you back, doesn't it, man? Like, man, this is like the first time I played Gen 1. Like, I played it after like Sword and Shield, you know what I mean? And a couple years ago. So it's like the graphics change and the animation change and the jump is like, it's just cool to see. Like, I know it's not the most recent one, Sword and Shield. I haven't played the new one. What is it, like Violet or whatever? But just like graphically, like the jump of how it's progressed so far is just fucking insane. Like, dude, I just remember being so impressed with how everything looked back in the day, man. Like, this game came out 1999 in North America. So I was literally like 5 or 6 when this game dropped, dude. 4 or 5, 6, somewhere in the area. And god damn, dude, it's just like this was peak fucking like Game Boy graphics at the time. Like, oh, dude, I don't know. It just fucking hit. It makes me feel some type of way. And I'll mention too, the music is pretty good in this game. The battle music specifically, it's really good. The only problem with the battle music, right, is that there's like one track, right? There's one track for like every single trainer and wild Pokemon in the game, and then there's like different ones for gym leaders and the Elite Four. But overall, there's like 3 battle tracks in the game, which, after a while, it's just gets a little repetitive. Same with the themes for like the Pokemon Center and the Mart, and like certain towns share themes. Although I will say the Pokemon Center theme just hits. I don't know what it is, man. But you just walk in there, you hear the tune, and you're like, oh hell yeah, dude, we're about to get healed up and continue on my journey here. I don't know, feels nostalgic, hits hard, love it, love it, love it, love it across the board. So I'm uploading my full playthrough of Pokemon Yellow to YouTube as we speak. It's like 14 hours long, which is pretty cool that you can upload stuff like that on YouTube. I actually didn't know that you could just do that. What's the longest video you can upload on YouTube, by the way, if you're listening to this? Like, I have no idea. I'd be curious to know. But yeah, man, let's just start it out, right? 14 hours. Let's start it out. You start the game up, right? You start the new game. It's the classic Professor Oak explaining to you. He's just yapping on about Pokemon and shit. And then he goes, oh, what's your name? So naturally, you know what I choose for my name? Oh, this is what I did for this playthrough, by the way. I literally, the first thing that popped into my mind for every single name in the game, whether it be my name, my rival's name, Pikachu's name, everything I caught after that, what I did is the very first thing that popped into my head was what I named it, right? So naturally, Gaytard is the first thing that pops into my head as my own name in this game. So, I roll with it. I can't fight the demons, man. I can't fight it off. I don't know what the hell is wrong with me, but that's what it is, man. I'm just being honest with, that shit. I didn't want to, I was not going to make it Gaytard, and then I was like, oh, it's kind of dishonest if I think of that first and then not make it that. So if I get demonetized for this and it gets taken down, like, that would suck. But in that case, it's not Gaytard. It's Gaytard. It's it's from a third world. It's from like a European country. It's an actual name. So I start off the journey as Gaytard. I name my rival Stapler, just because I didn't even see a Stapler. It popped into my mind for some reason. So Gaytard versus Stapler is going to be the premise of the Pokemon Yellow playthrough here. So after you're done choosing your name and your rival's name and listening to fucking Oak yap his fucking head off, you spawn into your room, man. And there's a PC, there's an SNES, which is pretty cool. You can interact with it, and it says like, okay, I'm playing the SNES, time to go. There's actually a potion in your PC that you can grab, so I do that. And then you head downstairs, and your mom is like, okay, it's time for all boys to leave home someday. Professor Oak is looking for you. And it's like, okay, how old are you in this game, by the way? I think don't you like play as Ash kind of in this game? Isn't that like what the whole premise is? So you're probably like 8 or 9 or 10 years old. The kid is just journeying into the world. I know it's like a kid's cartoon and everything, but it's like, bro, I ain't sending no kid across the world at 10 years old. Fuck you mean, bro. But you basically leave town here, or you try to leave town, and then Oak is like, wait up, it's dangerous. It's the classic Zelda. It's dangerous to go alone. Take this. Except you don't really take it. A Pikachu comes out at you. He catches it. And he's like, woo, that was close. Then you basically just follow him back to his lab, and he's like, here, I have a Pokemon for you, man. You can't just be wilding out there with no Pokemon in the tall grass, man. They fuck you up. And then you go to take the Pokemon, and it's an Eevee. But then actually your dickhead rival, Dickhead Stapler, shoved me out of the way, and he took it for himself. Which is interesting. I never realized that. I didn't really look anything up on this game. I knew it was different from Red and Blue, but I just didn't know how. I know all the third games that came out of Gen were kind of like combinations of the both of them. But this one's different in the sense where you don't get to choose one of the 3 starters. You end up getting them all later, which is pretty nice. However, it would have been cool to start with Eevee, man. So Stapler takes the Eevee, and then Oak gives us the Pikachu. And naturally, I named it Wallace because I don't know. Look at the guy. Doesn't he just look like a Wallace? I think he looks like a Wallace. And then you basically go to leave. The rival wants to fight you. The classic rival fight in every single Pokemon game. Stapler sends out his Eevee. I send out the Pikachu. I know this fight is 50-50. I end up winning it because, I'm the GOAT. And then after the fight, Pikachu just kind of pops out of the Pokeball. And Oak is like, oh, he doesn't like Pokeballs. That's fine. He can just walk around with you. You can interact with him too and see how he looks. And then you press A to interact with Pikachu. And then it pops up with this screen that shows his emotion. And right now, because he's new to you, he's new to your companionship, he's kind of just indifferent, eyes closed. Seems like he doesn't care much. But that's really it, man. Then you move on. You basically just head to Viridian City through the first route or whatever it is. I don't know all of the routes, by the way. I don't know how they're numbered. So I'm probably just gonna say going through this place. Actually, you know what? Maybe I should look up a map just to make it more clear to everyone and myself. Okay, so it's Route 1. You just take Route 1 to Viridian City, and then all these shitty Pokemon start spawning. All the shitty early game Pokemon. There's a Rattata here that I run into. You go into the Pokemart. The guy says he has a package for Oak that you have to deliver to him. Then you have to bring it all the way back to Oak. Classic fetch quest bullshit. You deliver Oak's package, which is a bunch of Pokeballs, and then he basically gives you and your rival motherfucking Pokedex to keep track of all the Pokemon in the world and shit. So, and then that's it, man. You can move back on. You go back up to Viridian City. There is a gym in this, but what you don't realize at first is that... voice crack. It's the last gym in the game, so you make your way back to this later in the game. You walk past the old man that teaches you how to catch Pokemon, and it's like, bro, I've been through this before. Get the fuck out of my face. Let me pass through. Then you eventually move on to Route 2 from Viridian City. I bought some Pokeballs in Viridian City to expand my team here. Caught a level 6 Pidgey, or I think it was 7 maybe. Named the fucker Tyrese. So we got Tyrese the Pidgey and Wallace the Pikachu now. And then you make your way into Viridian Forest, which is arguably the most annoying part of the game. It's not hard at all, right? But you run into these dickheads that spam their Metapods and they spam Harden and all these annoying bug types. Once you're done fighting a bunch of bug type assholes and their perma-string... Oh, let me mention that really quick, dude. I don't know why, but the Pokemon in this game, they'll sit there and they'll fucking spam String Shot. They'll spam Harden. They'll spam fucking Leer. Even when it doesn't benefit them. Even when they're one-shot or one-shot, sometimes they'll just hit you with an extra String Shot or Leer when they could have killed you. It's I don't know what's going on with that. I'm gonna let it pass. I'm gonna let a lot of the bullshit in this game pass because it's a 1999 game. This was the first generation of this shit, guys. That's what people don't understand. The first iteration of this. It's not perfect. There's a couple things that are unbalanced. I think psychic types are very fucking strong in this game. Types are weak. I don't think bug type is all that good. But yeah, they were finding their footing. It's fine. I can live with it. So then you eventually get to Pewter City Gym, which has Brock in it. We all know Brock, the rock type guy. He has the Onyx. Unfortunately, in my red playthroughs, this is an easy-ass gym for me because I always go Squirtle. I think Squirtle's the best starter by choice. I love Blastoise. I think he looks badass. He's so cool looking. So, water beats rock. So normally I don't have a problem. But unfortunately, Pikachu doesn't do shit to these guys here, and they have ground types here like Diglett and stuff, so Pikachu especially doesn't do shit here, and neither does my Pidgey, really. So unfortunately, I just had to get one of my Pokemon here, so I grinded for a Nidoran boy. Nidoran boy or girl, I was going to get whatever came first, and fortunately I got the Nidoran boy first, and it's just good because, boys are better than women. Dude, I said it, oh my god. So yeah, once you level up Nidoran to level 12, I believe he learns Double Kick, and then it's effective against the rock types for some reason. I never understood that. Why is fucking fighting type effective against rock? Is it because it breaks the rock? I feel like if you try to fight a rock, you probably wouldn't win. Maybe that's just me though. Forgot to mention the Nidoran boy looked like a Franklin, so obviously that's what I named him, Franklin. We have Franklin, the Nidoran boy. I was able to use him to clear out the Brock City Gym and then move on. I forgot to mention, after every gym trainer you beat, you get a gym badge, which you need later to go to Victory Road. And then they give you a TM, which is a technical move, which is like a learned move you can teach Pokemon. In this case, he gives you Bide. I never really use this move at all. I think it's like a buffing move. I actually can't even tell you what it is. And also, I'm not like a hardcore Pokemon fan. I don't know exactly like what all of the moves do a lot of the time. So, that's where I'm at with that. Also, badges make it so you can like if your buddy trades you a high level Pokemon, you can't just go through the game with it and like kill everything. It's gonna like not obey you. Sometimes it won't obey you, which means it'll just sit there and just like not attack or whatever. And then each gym badge you get lets you like have a higher level of Pokemon that will obey your moves and stuff. Also, it oh wait, never mind. So after Pewter City, you go to Route 3 and you just fight a bunch of trainers. I'll just mention really quick. I fought like a bunch of trainers. I fought every trainer I could, honestly, just because leveling is so important. I'd rather be over leveled than under leveled, so that's kind of my thought process. I also, during this Route 3 adventure, I got Franklin to level 16, which made him evolve into Nidorino, which is pretty cool. So I'm already on my way to Nidoking. At this point, I'm just committing to him in my party because he's like a ground and poison type. Interesting move set together. So I figured, fuck it, I'll just keep him. I caught a Rattata here that I named Venus because the first thing that came to my mind was that Minecraft song "Mice on Venus" or whatever it is. I don't know why. It came right to my fucking head. Also caught a Spearow and I named it Clyde, I believe. So then after Route 3, I just heal up in the Pokemon Center that's there, and then you head into Mount Moon, which is the first cave of the game. Caves, basically, everywhere you walk in a cave can spawn a random encounter, a random Pokemon. Also, there's a bunch of trainers in this cave. I think they're mostly like explorer guys, so they're like rock types, and then there's like the occasional Last that has like Clefairies and whatnot, stuff like that. Also, you can find a Moonstone in Mount Moon, which I then used to evolve my Nidorino into Nidoking, which, full evolution this early in the game. It's going to be a fucking powerhouse, man. I pretty much use this guy as my carry throughout most of the game. You also get your first fossil in Mount Moon. You can choose between a Dome and the Helix fossil. One gives you Kabuto, the other one gives you Ammonite. I always choose Kabuto. That's my dude. But you don't even get to really use these guys until way later in the game, which is unfortunate. So once you finally make your way all the way through Mount Moon, you eventually move through a small Route 4, and it takes you to Cerulean City, the one with Misty. And this one obviously wasn't a problem. I have a Pikachu. Thunder is good against water. Pikachu shits all over this gym. I also forgot to mention I catch a Sandshrew here that I name Andrew. Obviously first thing that came to mind there. So normally you would want to either fight Misty first, but I decided to go Route 5 and just get the do the rival fight first. Stapler comes running out off this bridge here, and then he fights you, of course, because he has an ego and he has to fight you every time he sees you. At this point, he has 4 Pokemon. The first one is a Spearow. He has a Sandshrew. He has a Rattata, and of course, he has a Eevee. And then we take him down with relative ease here. I basically just use Tyrese and Franklin to clean him up here. Very, very easy clap. Then I just head on back to the Poke Center, heal up, and I take on the Water Gym. Which, if there's a sign next to each gym, it's funny. This one says, Misty is a tomboyish leader or something, which is just funny. Because it's like, dude, when's the last time you heard the word tomboy used? I don't know, man. In today's climate, that's just not a thing anymore. You know what I mean? I don't know, man. That word just kind of went away. It kind of gives you the option to go around some of the trainers in the gym sometimes, but I'm not a pussy, so I just take them all on. I know this is a water type gym, so I throw Pikachu or Wallace in the front slot there, and then I just spam the Thunder Shock. Classic Thunder spam to just get him dead here. The thing is I wasn't using Pikachu a whole lot because he's not good against rocks and stuff, right? So he's kind of under-leveled here, which is unfortunate because he's kind of struggling a little bit. The first guy is a level 16 fucking Horsey and Shelter, and I just have a level 10 Pikachu, so it's kind of hard here, but we end up powering through with the help of Tyrese and the help of Franklin, of course. Franklin is so strong at this point to where it's like it doesn't even matter. He's level like 22, man. I know he's kind of weak in this gym because he's a ground type, but even the crits, like the special or the super effective moves, aren't even hurting him that much. He's just such a fucking beast here. Misty's not too bad though. She only has 2 Pokemon. She has a Staryu level 18 and a Starmie, of course. And because I'm so underleveled, she fucking actually killed me the first time. So I'm kind of just sending Wallace out and taking him back, sending Franklin out to kind of deal with him here. And I'm actually kind of getting fucked up here. So I'm kind of just using all of the low level shit in my party to just kind of buy time to buy more potions for Franklin. And it's working out pretty well. Getting Franklin back to full health here. Just sacrificing my whole team because the Starmie is just fucking rolling me, dude. But not too bad. If I wasn't such a retard and I actually properly leveled my Pikachu, which I should have been doing anyway, I knew the Cerulean Gym was coming, and I knew it was coming. I knew the Water Gym was coming. I don't know why I wasn't leveling fucking Pikachu. I'm stupid. I honestly thought I was going to get rid of it at this point, but then I was like, I'll just hold on to it for the rest of the game. Also, I get Tyrese to evolve into Pidgeotto, which is nice for him. And then Misty fucking dies here, and we get TM11, which is Bubble Beam, and we also get her Water Badge. So now we can move on across the bridge where the rival fought us. You just fight a bunch of trainers, and you make your way over to Bill's PC. Bill is the PC guy who designed like the PC you can store all your Pokemon in. Once you get to Bill's house, he somehow turned himself into a Pokemon using this like experimental machine. Really reminds me of that Full Metal Alchemist scene. If you know, you know. But yeah, you basically just turn him back into human, and then he thanks you. It's funny because like Pikachu makes a super surprised face when he comes back out as a human, and then Bill gives you an SS ticket, which is used to get on the SS Anne, which is a big part of the game in the later part. So yeah, you make your way down through Route 5, I believe it is, and then you take this underground tunnel that takes you to Vermilion City with the Electric Gym Leader Surge, and also the SS Anne is here. You just work your way through this all the way to the end. There's another rival fight here with the dickhead fucking Stapler. You get him dead, you kill all his enemies, and then you get Cut from the captain, which Cut lets you, all those weird looking trees you've been seeing in the overworld, you can cut down, and then some of them have specific paths you have to take. Other ones have specific items you can grab and stuff like that. There's Diglett Cave here too, which you can use as a shortcut to get back to like the first part of the game. At this point, I didn't really have anything I could deal with Surge with, so I went to Diglett Cave and caught like a level 30-something Dugtrio, which I just used to kill his ass. I named my Dugtrio Daryl because he kind of looks like a Daryl, to be honest. Lieutenant Surge also gives you Thunderbolt, which I obviously, why not give it to Wallace? He's my electric type here, so we teach it to Wallace. And once I'm finally done with the gym, he has Eradicate, by the way, which is pretty interesting. You actually can't evolve your Pikachu into Eradicate. It wants to stay Pikachu. Like, it refuses to use the Thunderstone, which is kind of interesting. I was going to try to, but then I didn't realize that you couldn't. So, and then there's also a girl outside that gives you a Squirtle once your trainer, once you're happy enough, or once you, I don't know what determines it, but it's like your friendship level with Pikachu. So she gets a Squirtle. I immediately slapped this thing right at the front of my fucking party. I named this thing Tank because it's a tank. It turns into a tank. I love Blastoise, man. So this is going to be a mainstay in my party. This is my go-to water type here. You can also talk to a dude in this town that gives you a bike voucher, because if you try to buy a bike in Cerulean City back in Misty's part, they cost like $1 million fucking dollars or something crazy, and you're like, okay, what the hell? I'm never gonna get that shit. But then this guy gives you a bike voucher that you can go use and get a bike for free. What the bike does is just lets you move around the map faster, so it's good to have. I also backtracked through Diglett Cave to get the HM5, which is Flash, which you need to light up the rock tunnel. You can go through the rock tunnel without lighting it up. It's just way harder to navigate because there's only like a small circle of light around your character, and then the rest of the screen is black. I just find a lot more value in finding my way around. I forgot I catch a Drowsy here, and I name it Ugly Freak. So then I use Ugly Freak to use Flash. He's kind of my little HM Flash whore. So use him to get through the rock tunnel. I'm also just killing a bunch of trainers along Route 8, I believe. All the ones on the right side, like right before you You run into the Snorlax or whatever and you can't pass that part of the map. But, I'm still just killing the trainers over here, leveling my guys up and whatnot. I have War Turtle at this point. Tank is on the way to becoming the fucking largest and strongest Pokemon on the team here. I eventually make it to the rock tunnel, and then I use my Drowsy bitch to light the shit up. It's basically the same thing as Mount Moon. It's just a cave, same kind of Pokemon in here that you're kind of just navigating through. Kind of boring. I really hate the cave sections in this game. But once you leave the rock tunnel, you arrive at Lavender Town, arguably the most creepy part. Well, it's definitely the most creepy part of the game. Remember all the conspiracies with this fucking thing? Like, I remember hearing like the Lavender Town, like the theme or the jingle, like made kids commit suicide or some weird shit like that. Like, I know that's like urban myth, like that shit didn't actually happen, but yeah, there's a lot of myths with like Pokemon Tower. The whole concept of Pokemon Tower, by the way, is just so creepy, isn't it? Like, they have a place, like it's a Pokemon graveyard essentially. Like, there's a bunch of dead spirits here, there's ghosts. Like, it's actually crazy as fuck. Kind of a crazy concept for kids, but I remember it not phasing me too much. Maybe I was just so immune to violence and death at this point. But it's not really emphasized all that much. But you realize you can't go through the Pokemon Tower yet because you don't have the Silph Scope. You need the Silph Scope to be able to identify the ghost Pokemon to be able to get through Pokemon Tower here. So you eventually take this quick path to Celadon City, and this is the place with the casino you can win Porygon at. It's got the huge department store where you can buy like stones. You get the free Eevee here. I claim the free Eevee. I normally go for Jolteon, but since I had Pikachu in my party, I was like, I don't need an electric type, so I went for Flareon, man, because I know there's a few good fire types in this game, but I really just run to use Flareon. So we buy the Firestone, we get the Flareon. Life's all good here. I also name the Eevee Chop with 2 P's. I don't know why. I really don't know why. I must have been thinking of like the Chop from like GTA 5, if you guys have ever played that. Chop is the Rottweiler that Franklin has. I don't know. Just named him Chop, so we have Chop added to the team now. At this point, I headed back into the casino because you have to fight Team Rocket here. And basically, if you talk to everybody in this game, that's just a general tip for Pokemon games. Usually, if you just talk to people, you can kind of find out what's going on and what to do next, or they'll give you some sort of tip, or maybe want to trade with you or something. So if you're listening to this, I encourage you, just start talking to people in Pokemon. I never really did this before. I kind of just did it on this playthrough, just because I wanted to hear what everyone had to say, just to see what they say in general, because sometimes it's actually pretty funny. But yeah. You have to clear Team Rocket out of their rocket hideout below the casino here. There's a double edge TM here that I teach to Chop. I put a double edge on the Flareon just because it's so good. Such a good move. Hits yourself with recoil, but it doesn't matter because it's so fucking powerful, man. Once you get all the way through Team Rocket's little hideout here, you fight Giovanni for the first time. Giovanni's just the Rocket team leader, and you kill his dumbass. He eventually drops the Silph Scope. Which is funny. Like, you kill Giovanni, right? And he's like, a child like you will never understand what we hope to achieve. I shall be back. And it's like, he's a grown ass man. Can't he just like overpower this kid? Like, can't he just punch the kid? Like, why do they do? And I guess I just never understood like villains in Pokemon. It's like, you're a villain. You'll do anything it takes to do what you got to do to achieve your goal. But you use Pokemon to fight it out, and then once your Pokemon faints, it's like, oh, darn it, I can't do anything else. Like, bro, you're human. Like, just punch the kid. I don't know. Maybe I'm looking into it too much. So after I beat the Team Rocket base, got the Silph Scope, you can eventually do the gym now. The gym leader is Eric on this. It's a grass-type gym. I have Chop. I don't know. Yeah, I think you could probably do the gym first and then Rocket Hideout if you want, but this is the way I chose to do it. I don't know. So now my Chop is very over-leveled for this. I still don't have a fire move, right? Because Flareon like doesn't live more in a fucking fire move to like 40 or something crazy, unless you have a TM you can teach it, but I didn't find like a fire type one. But I was living with Bite and Double Edge. I was like 10 levels over every fucking Pokemon in this gym, so it was light work for Chop, I was just biting and double edging my way through these fucking guys. Oh, also, this is the first funny encounter with like an NPC you have. There's like an old man looking through the window of the gym, and he's like, what does he say? He's like, "Oh, it's full of all girls." He goes, "Hey, this gym is great. It's full of women." It's it's just a fun. I love that. I think it's funny as hell. But yeah, it's just a bunch of grass types. Like I said, light work for Flareon, and then you eventually beat the gym, get the badge, and get the TM. What is the TM? I think it's like Mega Drain. Yeah, it gives you Mega Drain, which I didn't end up using a lot. I actually didn't rock with a grass type this game, which is weird because I normally grass is my go-to. Like I go for like Trico and like Emerald. Uh, but yeah, I like Shroomish as well. I don't know. I usually rock with a grass type, but I don't really like that many grass types in Gen 1, and I don't really rock with Venusaur that much, to be honest. I also released the Charmander, I forgot to mention earlier. Also, I forgot to mention earlier that Team Rocket is in this game, or Jesse and James rather, from like the Pokemon show, which is actually just pretty cool. It's one of the big changes that Yellow does. You get all three of the starters just by naturally playing the game, and then you also fight Jesse and James and their Meowth, which is actually very cool. It's just like it is in the show. So yeah, that's cool. I released the Charizard, didn't get the Bulbasaur, and then rocked with the Blastoise. I didn't want to use all the starters because that's just broken. I was just trying to build a team of stuff I didn't really ever use before. Never really used Nidoking before. Never really used Pikachu before, so I kept him. Obviously had to rock with Blastoise because that's my boy. Went with Flareon because I don't use that for much. And then I have my core 4 there. That's pretty much my core 4 throughout the game. And then the last 2 I kind of flip around. But yeah, I beat Erica. I get the badge. I get the TM. We head back to what is it? Lavender Town. Oh, you get Fly at this point too. I forgot to mention Fly is so useful. I taught Fly to my Pidgeotto. Fly, basically, if you've been to a town before, you can fly there, skipping all of the routes, it's basically fast travel. You know what I mean? So it's very, very useful. I could just fly back to Lavender Town without having to encounter a bunch of bullshit. It's just very nice. So we eventually get to Lavender Town, make our way into the Pokemon Tower. We start climbing the Pokemon Tower. You have to fight all sorts of people with their fucking Ghastlies, their Haunters, some Cubones. That's pretty much all you fight here. The rival fight is here too. Fucking Stapler. The Stapler Gaytard face-off is here. It's happening live right now. I forgot. I also gave the girl on top of the department store tower a drink, and then she gives you Ice Beam for it too. So I taught my Wartortle Ice Beam. That's pretty much how I was able to make it through this part of the game. I didn't really have anything that dealt with ghost types that well, so I kind of just used, my Wartortle here to use Ice Beam and just kind of get him down here. And it's just annoying because these guys confuse Ray the fuck out of you every time, and it's just like, stop spamming me, bro. You eventually make your way to the top of the Pokemon Tower where the ghost appears. It goes like, "Be gone, intruders," and then the ghost comes out. You use the Silph Scope to unveil its identity, and it ends up being Marowak. This is obviously light work for my Wartortle. Just hit him with some water moves, and he's pretty much fucked right away. You actually can't catch this guy, too, which I did try to do. I was going to add him to the team, and then I realized you can't catch this fucking thing. At the very top of Pokemon Tower, there's another Jesse and James fight you have to get through really quick. You eventually save Mr. Fuji at the top of the mountain, who's just trying to lay his Cubone to rest or something along those lines, and that's why the Marowak is there. It's like the mother and the spirit was angered, but now it's settled and it's moved on. A bunch of, afterlife Wuji Fuji there. And then eventually you get the Pokemon Flute from Mr. Fuji here, and that's what you're able to use to wake up Snorlax and progress through even more of the map here. I learned the move Swift from one of these people in the building that you use to go between routes here. I put Swift on Wallace because if you don't know what Swift does, it's basically a normal type move, but it never misses, right? So it's always 100% accurate, which is very nice. Just nice to finish off a kill without the worry of it missing or whatever. So this next part, I'm pretty sure you can do multiple ways if I'm not mistaken. So the first route, which is the route I took, you could go down from Lavender Town, down through Route 12, and then all the way through Route 13, and then eventually make your way through Route 15, and then to get to Fuchsia City, which you can do. This is what I did. I don't know if you can do if you want to do this first, or you could go from like Celadon City. You can go left on the cycling road and go that way. Um, Either or, it doesn't really matter. I kind of just ended up making my whole way around the entire fucking thing like a circle. So I went down through Route 12, 13, 14, and 15. And then my Blastoise, or my Wartortle evolved into Blastoise here, which is nice. And then I eventually make my way to Fuchsia City and the Safari Zone here. So you can either do the Safari Zone first or the Fuchsia City Gym first. I went for the gym first. This gym leader is Koga. It's like poison types and like psychic types in this gym, kind of a mix of both of them. I think Koga himself in yellow version specifically has 3 Venonats and a Venomoth. Like, I don't know what the fuck that team comp is. I wish I had a fire type move for Chop here. I would have just fucking melted him here, but I'm just using Tank and Franklin to just kind of deadlift me here. And then we make our way to the Safari Zone, which you have to enter because there's a very important HM here. You get HM3, which is Surf. Surf allows you to progress even further into the game and travel on water. Also, I'll talk about a little bit about this, what the Safari Zone is. It kind of does the same thing in each game. There's Pokemon that are unique to the Safari Zone only that you can only capture here, such as like Kangaskhan, Scyther is one of them. Chansey's one of them. I believe, what's the one? Pinsir is one of them too. And you don't battle them. You're just the trainer. You can throw bait at them, which they kind of just eat. You can throw a rock at them to piss them off. And you can throw a Pokemon at them, or a Pokeball at them to try to catch them. And you can run. So catching stuff is... And they run away pretty often. So you kind of just have to like bait them. Throw them the bait and then just try to catch them. I tried to catch a Scyther and then it eventually ran away and then I gave up. I just didn't really care for it anymore. I just wanted to get the HM. Also, you have a certain amount of steps in the Safari Zone before you're kicked back out and have to pay to get in again. I think it's only like 500 at this point. And if you're fighting trainers a lot in this game, which you should be doing, you are getting paid out the asshole. So money really isn't a problem. I use it to stock up on potions, revives, everything in that kind of nature to just make my team better here. But yeah, once you eventually figure it out, you get the HM3, which is Surf, which is nice. So now it's time to move on to Saffron City. I could have just, flew to Celadon and did it the easy way, but you know me, that's how I do. I do things the hard way. I walk up Cycling Road from the left side of Fuchsia City just to fight all the trainers, just to overlevel my stuff. I love leveling is so important here. I killed the Snorlax on the right side on accident. I wanted to add it to my team. And then the one on the left side here, I ended up catching. I named it Tubbs. Tubbs becomes a permanent part of my team here, and it's just nice to see. I think Snorlax is very strong in this game, has rest, has a huge health pool, can learn Psychic, which I eventually teach him. Very, very good stuff here. I forgot to mention, you also have to buy a drink for the guard guarding Saffron City. There's all 4 of them. You only have to give a drink to one of them, and then they'll tell all the other guards that you can go through Saffron City. So then once you arrive through Saffron City, it's all shut down because of Team Rocket. Team Rocket's there. They're in Silphco. You have to basically just clear them out of Silphco. It's not too bad at all, to be honest. It's just really long. Like, this is the longest Team Rocket part of the game right here. There's so many battles, so many floors to this fucking thing. So navigating around Silph, it's basically just a bunch of teleporters. It's a giant puzzle on what you have to do. You have to just take teleporters and find out where to go, areas you haven't been to yet. You have to pick up items. You have to pick up this key card to open doors and stuff. You fight your rival here as well. His team is kind of stacked at this point. He has like Sandslash at this point. I think he has Magneton. He has Flareon, Cloyster, Raticate. He doesn't have a 6 Pokemon yet, but I don't know what determines which Eevee he goes. Does he go with different evolutions or does he go Flareon? Because every time, because that kind of threw me off. I didn't really expect him to go Flareon, especially when I went Flareon. So my Blastoise just kind of shits all over it, no problem. So. Surf is such a good move in like battles and stuff, not just outside of battles, like to move around the map. It's also very strong in game just as a water type. I'm pretty sure it like never misses or it has a very, very low chance of missing. But yeah, I'm over leveled at this point, so the rival is not bad at all to take out. I fuck Stapler up right here. Holy shit, I just stuttered a bunch, but yeah, I fuck Stapler up here. Stapler gets a taste of the Gaetard here, and then you eventually move on to another Jesse and James fight here, which they send out their classic Meowth, their Arbok, coughing, stuff like that. All the classics. I really like the Jesse and James fight. I don't know, man. It's like a second rival fight almost. It's pretty cool. And then this is the second time you fight Giovanni. He basically just has the same shit he had before, except it's slightly stronger. And then you talk to the Silphigo president, and then this is where you get the Master Ball, dude. The fucking Master Ball. If for some reason you're listening and you don't know what the Master Ball does, it's basically you could just throw it at anything, and it's a guaranteed 100% catch rate. So you can use the Master Ball on literally every Pokemon in the game, and it'll catch it. Although you probably want to use it on like a legendary or something to have it get the most value, you know what I mean? And now that you push Team Rocket out of Saffron City, you can take on the two gyms here. That's right, there's two gyms. One of them's kind of like an unofficial fighting gym, and then the other one is the main gym with Sabrina. And I believe she has psychic types, if I'm not mistaken. Psychic. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Maybe I'm wrong and stupid and retarded, but yeah, I took on the fighting gym first. Just a bunch of fighting Pokemon, pretty easy. You get to choose at the end of it. You get to choose Hitmonlee or Hitmonchan. I always go for Hitmonchan just because I really don't like Hitmonlee. I just don't like the way Hitmonlee looks. He looks like a fucking bean with like 4 extendo limbs. I don't know. I always thought Hitmonchan was the cooler one. Fucking Jackie Chan inspired. I like how these are kind of inspired by Jackie Chan and Bruce Lee. Pretty cool, man. Pretty cool. So I always go for Hitmonchan. I was going to put him in my party, but then I don't know. I didn't end up using him. I kind of wish I did, but I ended up just skipping him this playthrough. I had Snorlax at this point with Psychic equipped to him, so I'm just fucking... Sorry, bro. Bless me. Science bless me. Psychic was just soloing the whole fucking gym here. Obviously, Psychic is so overpowered. Psychic moves are just insane in Gen 1. Yeah, it's mostly a Psychic type gym with some Ghost types as well, and then there's like a couple Slowbros and stuff. There's one fucking trainer specifically in this gym that has a Haunter that just spams the fuck out of Hypnosis, and it's so annoying. It's so stupid. I hate the way the AI interacts like this, dude. It was just so dumb. They just perma-use Hypnosis, right? And then I use a full heal to wake up. They use Hypnosis right as I wake up. I use the full heal. They use Hypnosis. I use the full heal. They use Hypnosis. And then when they finally choose to use another move, it's Confuse Ray. So then when I fucking use a move, I hit myself, and it's just like, God damn, can we get on with this shit already? It's so annoying, but ended up being victorious. Also, Sabrina, I know each gym leader has different Pokemon depending on which game you play, like red or blue, and then yellow. In yellow, she has 3 level 50s, a level 50 Abra, a level 50 Kadabra, and a level 50 Alakazam, which I just thought was kind of interesting, all 3 of the same like evolution line, all same leveled. Just thought it was pretty interesting, man. So once you're done with the Psychic Gym, she gives you a TM. I believe it's for Psybeam. I'm not mistaken. Also, I don't want to go look it up, so I don't really care. You can make your way to Cinnabar Island now, which is the 7th gym. Cinnabar Island, what you do, or what I did, is just I fly right to Pallet Town and just hop on my surf, throw on a rappel, fight all the trainers in the water, make my way just downwards to Cinnabar Island, man. And that's pretty much what I do there. Also, you get the old Amber from the one town, Brockstown. I can't remember what it's called. Pewter. I believe it's Pewter. You can get the old Amber there, which gets Aerodactyl. And then you can also put the Dome Fossil with these guys in the Pokemon lab on this island. It's kind of like the daycare in the sense where you just have to walk around a certain amount and then it gets progressed. So I hatched my Kabuto and I hatched the Aerodactyl while I was doing the Pokemon Mansion. The Pokemon Mansion is the other big part of the Cinnabar Island. This island is not very big. There's only a couple things on it, but you have to progress through Pokemon Mansion to get the secret key because you cannot access the gym without it. Once you get the secret key, You can now face Blaine in the Cinnabar Island gym. So he's a bunch of fire type Pokemon. Obviously, he's the fire guy. I just send Blastoise out. I just literally mop up his entire shit. He has like a Rapidash and some other really high level stuff, like an Arcanine and stuff. Light work for my Blastoise, man. Absolute light work for the boy. And then once I beat him, he gives you like Fire Blast. I taught it to Flareon, obviously. I went and I pick up Aerodactyl. Aerodactyl, he comes out at level 30. Same with Kabuto. Aerodactyl is now my new flying type. I replaced my Pidgeotto. I teach Aerodactyl fly, and he is now a new permanent mainstay in my lineup here. So that's exciting. And then that's really Cinnabar Island. I'm gonna just try to fly through the rest of this because I don't know. I feel like I'm kind of going on a little too long here about these goddamn gyms here. But yeah, once you move on to Cinnabar Island, that's the 7th gym badge. You can now fly back to Viridian City and face the 8th gym leader. The gym is finally opened. The guy outside says the gym leader's finally back from vacation. And it's who else but Giovanni. He's the 8th gym leader somehow. He's a criminal, and he's also a gym leader. I don't really understand how that works, going back to it. It's something I really never questioned when I was a kid. But yeah, how the hell is Giovanni a gym leader if he's a criminal? I feel like, doesn't it go hand in hand? Like, wouldn't they only let gym leaders be like good people? I don't know. Maybe I'm just looking into it too much. But yeah, he just has an even stronger version of like his Persian and his Rhydon and stuff like that. Pretty easy to take out. And then that's it, man. You get all of the 8 badges here. He gives you Fissure, which is like a one-shot move. And I know you can like do some cheese things with Fissure and like pair it with like an X accuracy so it never misses in Gen 1, because it like once you pop an X accuracy in Gen 1, it like completely removes the ability to fail, I'm pretty sure. So you can use the one-shot moves and get a lot of value with them. But I didn't want to cheese it, so I never taught it to anything. You move on to the left of Viridian City there to another rival fight. It's the second. I feel like this is the last time you face the rival up until the end of the game. And then, yeah, you kill him one more time here, and then you make your way through Victory Road. Right before Victory Road, you have to go through all of the like the guards that you don't have to fight them, but they check all your badges, and then you make your way through Victory Road. And Victory Road is basically the last cave before the Elite Four. You just fight various high-level trainers, various high-level Pokemon. I used Repels at this point because I just didn't want to run into wild shit because it didn't really give that much XP anyway. And also Moltres is in this gym as well, or not gym, but cave. And I killed it on accident, man. And that's when I just realized, okay, I'm just gonna go on a murderous legendary rampage. Fuck it. If I can't have Moltres, I can't have any of them. Yeah, so I killed Moltres. I actually did try to catch it a couple times, but I forgot you have to like put it to sleep or stun it or something like that to make the catch chances a lot easier. And I threw like 10 Ultra Balls at this thing at this point, and it just kept it wouldn't even let me capture it. It just kept evading it. So I was like, okay, fuck this, dude. I'm just going to kill it. Kill the Moltres. Make your way through the rest of Victory Road. You're going to need the HM Strength to get through Victory Road. It helps you move boulders. I ended up just teaching it to Snorlax, unfortunately, just because I needed someone in my party that could learn it. He was like the only one that could. So I just kind of, left it with him. Unfortunately, yeah, you got to move these rocks around. You got to move these little rocks. It's like a mini puzzle to be able to progress through. They open up like these little slabs that you can walk through. Not too bad, though. I thought this was going to be a lot harder. Normally, Victory Road is the hardest in the game, like hardest cave, obviously, because it's like the last one. But it wasn't too bad. Once you leave Victory Road, the music gets super hyped up. I actually love this part of the soundtrack here. Like, go listen to it. I think it's type in maybe like Indigo Plateau Pokemon OST or something like that. It's like a twist on the battle music. I don't know. I really love it. It really gets you hype walking up to the Elite Four. It's like the perfect choice of 8-bit music. Also, I forgot to mention, or maybe I did, but I'll just recap it really quick. I like the fact, it doesn't do this in Pokemon Red and Blue, but every once in a while when you're like entering a new area, a new route, a new town or something like that, like the color palette just shifts completely. Like it goes from like green to red to blue to yellow, which is just cool because that was like all the types, you know. We never got green. We got leaf green eventually for the remaster, but one of the original Pokemon for Japan was Pokemon Green. So it's just cool that they kind of just threw all the color palettes onto one thing, onto one cartridge here, and just kind of cycles through them all, man. And yeah, then once you make your way up through the Elite Four building here, you're set here, man. This is the end of the game, and it's the final fucking stretch. If you don't know what the Elite Four is, there's 4 special high level trainers. They make part of the Elite Four, obviously, because there's 4 of them. They all 4 different types. And they're just hard to kill, man. You gotta really grind for these guys. So, thankfully, I was grinding all game, and I also had a little bit of luck on my side here. There's a Pokemon Center, obviously, which you want to use to, restore your status conditions, fill your health bars, fill your PP up, all of that shit. And there's also a vendor here selling max potions and revives, which is what you need, man. I had so much money at the end of this game. I ended up buying like 20 revives and like probably 40 potions, dude. Like, I'm not even joking. It's like so good at this point. So yeah, the Elite Four did take me a couple tries too. I had to like go through once or twice to kind of level my guys, and then I got lucky on the 3rd time to beat everyone. So the first Elite Four member is Lorelei. I believe that's how it's pronounced. She has water types, ice types, and psychic types, kind of a mix of all of them there. The second Elite Four member is Bruno. He's got like fighting types, rock types, ground types, variations of all those. Agatha, this bitch was arguably the most annoying. She has ghost types, ghost and poison types. Dude, just having like 3 or 4 of her guys have Confuse Ray and Supersonic and Hypnosis. So it's like you're just permanently getting slapped. I remember using like fucking 10 full heals just to keep waking my shit up. And then obviously like you can't stop Confuse Ray from happening. I think Confusion should be a like status condition. It should fall in with like Paralyzed and all that other stuff just because it's so annoying to deal with. Like you just have to you have to swap out Pokemon. But that's not really a viable strat in the Elite Four because if you swap to something, it's either going to get fucking Confused Raid again or slept right when it comes out. It's just annoying to deal with. So Agatha was annoying as fuck. I hated this bitch. Number 4 is Lance. Lance is the dragon guy. He has a bunch of dragon types. He has an Aerodactyl, Dragonite, stuff like that. Dragon flying types. He wasn't too bad. His shit is just higher level than mine. His Dragonite in particular has a bunch of stuff to deal with my whole party specifically. It knows Blizzard, Blast, Thunder, and Hyper Beam, so it pretty much has a move to counter each of my things, which is kind of annoying. Every one of his guys has Hyper Beam, to be honest, but yeah, man. Tough. And then your rival is the champion, which you take down. I had to take down Stapler. Stapler was easy because I was kind of building my team around his to counter him in every way, shape, and form. And that's it, man. That's the entire game. You beat the Elite Four. Your Pokemon get registered in the Hall of Fame. And what the Hall of Fame is every time you beat the Elite Four, your Pokemon get registered into a database with a date. So you can actually go back and see which Pokemon you beat it with and when. It's pretty cool, man. Pretty cool. So that's it. That is literally it for the entire like mainline story, I guess you would call it in this game. After you beat the Elite Four, you do get access to the Cerulean City Cave, so you can go and fight Mewtwo. So I just figured, I'm pretty much done with the game at this point. I'm just gonna go kill all the other legendaries in the game. So we go to Seafoam Cavern or whatever it's called in the to the right of Cinnabar Island. There, you can go there to kill Articuno. You can go to the power plant near Mount Moon up in the top right of the map to kill Zapdos, and then go to the Cerulean City Gym to kill off Mewtwo. And that was the extent of my playthrough. That's all the replayability this game really has to me. I don't really care to say to level up my stuff and like catch the legendaries. Like, what's the point? You know what I mean? I have too much to play. I'm putting the game down after this to kind of say my goodbyes to this. So I figured, I never really went and killed legendaries before, so I was like, fuck it, I'll just do it. Just killed them all, and that was it, man. So that's it for the story, and that's it for what you do in the game. I'll talk a little bit about trading and betting. I'm stupid, dude. I don't know why I can't talk. Trading and battling your friends. Yeah, if you didn't know, you could trade with your friends. You can battle with your friends through a link cable, which I still have my original one, which is crazy to think about to this day. Still have my original Game Boy Color, original Game Boy not Fire Red, but regular red, and the trading cable. So you can trade with your buddies. I vividly remember being a young boy and trading with my friends on the bus and like during recess in school and stuff like that. Battling my friends, trying to level up my stuff to be the best in my friend group. I don't know, man. It's just reeks of nostalgia, man. I love that. But yeah, that's all really the Pokemon Yellow has to offer to me. If you're somebody that wants to go through and get like level 100s and stuff, then go for it, man. Nobody's stopping you. But like I said, I got a lot to play through. I want to play through all the gens eventually. So I just didn't really care to overstay my welcome with this game. And this is going to be probably the last time in my human life on this earth that I play through a Gen 1 Pokemon game. What else is there? There's Fire Red and Leaf Green, which are just, updated graphics. You can trade between like Gen 3 and stuff, which is pretty cool. Or trade up to Gen 3, like take stuff off of your Fire Red and trade them to Ruby and Sapphire and stuff, which is pretty cool. And then there's Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu. Like, that's just the Pokemon Go mechanics. I hated those games. I never bought them. My brother did. I tried it. I was just not impressed. I don't like Pokemon Go as a whole in general. I don't think it's that fun. I just don't think Pokemon in general is that fun anymore. You know what I mean? It's fun to play through every once in a while, but I'm not hardcore into these games at all. But yeah, that's it. This is my love letter to Gen 1 Pokemon. I'll never touch these games again. So thank you for shaping me as a kid. Thanks for being there to play on car rides and stuff. Having a mobile game like this they could bring anywhere was super fun, man. And the Game Boy, dude, I feel like maybe let me know if your experience was different, but dude, batteries, 2 AA batteries in a Game Boy like lasted forever. Like, I don't ever remember having to change my batteries more than like twice. I swear to God, I've only changed them twice and they just never die. I don't know, man. Fucking powerful ass console. I love it. I absolutely love it, man. So that's it, man. Let's get into the outro, I guess. Should I rate this game? I guess. Maybe I'll rate it. Maybe I'll rate it at the end. But yeah, let me take a pause, take a sip of water, fucking take a piss really quick, and then we'll do the outro. So yeah, that's basically just going to be my love letter to Pokemon Gen 1, man. I had so many memories with my friends playing this game and my brother playing this game, and man, it was just such a different time in gaming, man. Like, I don't know. I really don't know how to explain it. It's never going to be like this ever again. Like, the simple graphics, the simple sprites, simple mechanics, long replayability of this game. Because, I flew through it in about 15 hours in my playthrough. But man, like, it's only because I remembered a lot of the stuff from when I played it a while ago, figuring out what you have to do for the first time as a kid, where you got to go, learning all the items for the first time, learning that, you don't have to kill every wild. You can use repels to kind of get them away from you. It's just a very different experience from back then. You could also buy strategy guides and stuff back then. And then also everything was by ear between your friends, obviously, because there was like no internet and stuff. Or the internet was very new. So it was, yeah, man, it was a way different time. Also, I'm uploading my gameplay to YouTube. I can't go more than 14 hours, so I had to split it into 2 parts. Unfortunately, like, YouTube videos can't be longer than 12 hours. It let me know. It let me export the entire thing and upload it, and then for like 2 hours just to finally tell me, oh, it's longer than fucking 12 hours. You can't upload it. So it's going up in 2 parts soon on my YouTube. We'll have that done up there soon. And then I'm playing through a couple other things. I'm not going to spoil what I'm playing through, but be on the lookout for a couple mainline episodes coming. I will spoil the. I'll just talk about what platforms they're on. One's a Game Boy game. One's a PlayStation 2 game. I actually don't know if I revealed that I bought a PlayStation 2 yet. So if I didn't, this is the first you're hearing of it. It came in off eBay. I got a used one with a bunch of games. I'm not going to reveal which games they are, but it'll be fun. I got a bunch of classics, or a couple classics that I love to play. So be on the lookout for that. Don't know which one I'm going to upload first. It probably just depends on which one I'm going to play through first. What else is Jerry playing? Not much, man. Just still a lot of Overwatch. Season 11 is coming soon, so I'm looking forward to that. This season's gotten a little stale, in my opinion. Playing a little bit of XDefiant. I get on and kind of just do my dailies. I'm kind of just biding time, waiting for the new season of that comes out next month. I don't know. I'm kind of slowing down on it. Just it's my go-to game for like generic shooter gameplay style, brain off generic gameplay shooter. So it's not that often. Still playing on Overwatch a lot. I love that game. I got Pal World. Played it a little bit with my friends. I don't know if it's something I really like that much. Don't really care for it that much. Playing a little Fallout 4 here and there. Playing a little Fallout 4. And that's about it, man. That's about it. Gaming wise, all I'm playing there. So that's it, man. I'm happy to get this one out. This one took a long time to get through. 2 weeks of just 1 hour gameplays each. I could have sat there and played for longer, but I don't know. Didn't really hold me for that. It's just like I don't know. Just can't have that much fun with this game for multiple hours. I think an hour a night is solid for that. So that's it, man. I hope you enjoyed my talk through, game through, playthrough of Pokemon Yellow. If I missed anything, let me know in the comments. If I got something wrong, let me know in the comments. Tell me your favorite Pokemon, man. Let me know in the comments below what your favorite Pokemon is, what your team was, what your favorite gym was. But yeah, let me know. Also, appreciate the new subs, guys. Really appreciate it. But yeah, I've been yapping about this game way too fucking long now, so let me get the fuck out of here. Jerry Epps signing out. Goodbye, retards. Peace.